Thank you for sending me the questions. I have them all here printed and I'll be going through all of them. So this is the first time I'm doing this question and answers session. So here's the first one, and let's start with the classics. The first one is about the name of the band. So Signum Regis or Signum Regis. It depends if you are English speaking, you probably pronounce it Signum Regis. We tend to say Signum Regis because it's a Latin word, and that's how I would read it. It was an idea from my brother, who is an archaeologist, so he's close to all the historical things and Latin as a language. And I'm not sure how exactly he came up with this name and what the inspiration was, but there are a couple of things that you could say about the name. The first one is that it's a little word play. It means the royal signature. My name is König and I was the founder, and that means king in German, so that's a kind of a royal thing, and the signature is all over the band. So that's one way to look at it. If the abbreviation SR, Filip likes to mention this, it's also an abbreviation of the country of origin, Slovak Republic, so that's another thing that you can say about the name. And the third thing is that it's really hard to come up with an English name that was never used before. And I believe one of the reasons why is it so hard is because of the internet. Whoever records a 3-song demo, 20 years ago, it's probably documented in metal archives or on the internet. You can find it, and the name is there forever. But before the internet, you had no idea if there was a band on the other side of the world with such name, that never made it big. So it was much easier to reuse or come up with the same names that already existed somewhere in the world and to have them. So Latin as a language is not so frequently used for band names, so that saves a lot of trouble. You can have an original name still in 2019 when you go to a language like that. So another one, why did Mayo leave? For those of you who don't know who that is, Mayo is our former singer. We parted our ways 2 years ago. And I'm happy to answer this question again, but I will still stick to the explanation that we published when it happened, and it's simply musical differences. It's not personal. We are still friends and we communicate with Mayo. And now I'm hearing that Mayo is also communicating with our current singer Jota, which is great. Relationships are great when they remain good even after something like a split. And as I said, I have no plan to change the story in time. I'm very proud that we made it without a drama. It was partially because of Mayo himself, who handled the whole situation as a gentleman. He was, willing to play with us all the shows that were already booked. No bad blood going on, and that's great. I'm very proud of this, that we handled this as gentlemen, and we are still friends. That's awesome, I believe. Is Signum Regis a continuation of Vindex under a different name? If yes, why name change? Or what is a second project that ended up taking precedence? For those of you, For those of you who don't know, we had a band called Vindex before, and it was a true metal band, you could say. In the vein of Accept, maybe Manowar to some degree, very classic metal sounding band with heavy overdriven vocals similar to Udo Dirkschneider from Accept, and that's what we were doing for a couple of years. We did 3 records, and then we started Signum Regis. And it's not really a continuation, it is continuation in terms of who is playing in the band. We are almost the same people in Signum Regis as we were in Vindex back then, except from the singer and the voice. The singer was the main reason why we starting something different, because I wanted to go more melodic with more complicated melodies, sounding a little bit differently than those mentioned bands from, that were big 40 years ago, 30 years ago. Nothing against that, but I felt like it's time to move on and do something a little bit different. It's nothing against the singer who was in the band Vindex, who I still like very much as a person, and I talked to him and we did something together again, who is, by the way, a great drummer as well and played drums on the first Signum Regis album. It's just, again, musical differences and progress. So it is a continuation in terms of who's playing there, but from the music point of view, you can still call it power metal, but I don't know. To me, it's a different sound, different music. So, how did Ronnie and Filip meet? They've been in Vindex, Signum Regis, Trigger and Dream Patrol together, and obviously work well together. Yes, that's 100% sure. True. Yeah, that's very true. I love working with Filip. I think he's the most underrated guitarist in the world, and I feel privileged to be able to work with him on music. He's just an amazing player. And how did we meet? It was through a friend, our mutual friend, and it was in the days of Vindex when we had 2 guitarists, and this friend of ours asked me, why shouldn't we take this young guy, a prodigy kid, on guitar, and we should take him. And I said, okay, how can we do it? We have already 2 guitars, so it's not a good idea to have 3 guitars. So that was the reason why I said, okay, this is not happening right now. But later, one of the guitarists left, and Filip was the obvious choice. Let's check him out, And Filip, being such a talent, there was nothing to consider, so to say. He was just amazing from day one, and how many years is it now? Many years, 15 years, I don't know. He's just getting better and better. Absolutely amazing player, Filip. So, why is Ronnie the only member with long hair? Well, I still have hair. That's great. So, why am I the only one? Actually, this is not 100% correct, because Jota, our new singer, is growing his hair again. And I guess I should talk about my years as a kid, as a fan. I was never really into this, costumes and what Kiss would do. I sort of adopted the image of Metallica. They didn't have much going on. It was just long hair, black shirts, focusing on music. And I'm not saying it is bad when bands dress up with all these costumes, and it just was never me. But long hair, that's something that I saw as the minimal you can and you should do as a metal musician. And even back then, when I was a kid, I was always looking at the photos of bands. When I saw that someone had long hair, I immediately thought in my head that, okay, that's gonna be some heavy music. And when I saw a bunch of, guys in the band with short hair, I would think, okay, they are doing like going pop or mainstream or Depeche Mode or whatever. So I was immediately suspicious. So I'm still from that era when long hair meant something. And Philip used to have long hair before, but then he decided, to cut them, and now he has a different haircut. He said that it's about the hair quality. I don't know. Maybe it's partially because of the job that he has, that it's not suitable for him to have long hair. And the other guys, Janchi, our keyboard player, he said he looks stupid in long hair. So he doesn't have long hair. He never had long hair. And Yaro, I saw some photos. Yeah, he had such big hair back in the day, but I met him with short hair. So I don't know. I'm not sure about myself anymore, because it looks to me like my body decided that it doesn't need the hair anymore, and it's falling out very quickly, but I can, still fake it a bit. Let's see. I'll try to do my best in terms of health and to keep the long hair and the metal tradition. But let's see, I was also going to ask if you were going to release the new album on a cassette, but I got paid and my car is ready now. This was kind of a joke, partially, but people keep asking us if we are doing a vinyl this time. No, there is no plan to do these other mediums. Right now we have CDs and digital, and it always depends on the demand. If the demand is there, we can do other formats as well. This is another joke. Can America trade Demon Hunter to Europe so we can get you guys over here? I'll also throw in Skillet as a bonus if it helps. Okay, that's a joke, obviously, but okay, nice one. How do the lyrics of the songs arise momentarily? Oh, no. Okay, so this is about inspiration for the lyrics. I would also mention something that is not directly written here, but people keep asking me if we are still a Christian band, if we have Christian lyrics, and how does it all come about with lyrics and so on. And I keep saying nothing has changed since the day one. We have started as a band with mixed lyrics, you can say. Some of them were gospel-ish Christian. Some of them were like normal lyrics about life or whatever. And it is always been that way, and it is still that way, and in the future it will remain that way. And the other question, if we are a Christian band, so it all depends on definitions. For me, it's about the message, about the lyrics. If the lyrics are Christian, so you can say the music is Christian. So that's who we are. For some people, it's about each member, what they believe. We are a mixed band. We have Christians like myself, Filip, and so on. We have non-believers in the band. We are mixed. We are having a good time together, playing music. We don't have any disagreements about this, but I don't call our band Christian band because it could be misleading to some people, and I think the most important thing is to be honest about everything, with the music, with the lyrics and everything. So yeah, I'm a Christian. I was born as a Christian. I will be a Christian today, tomorrow, and during the rest of my life. That's a fact. I enjoy writing Christian lyrics, and The other lyrics that I write that are, you know, not in this category of Christian lyrics are usually about what's going on in the world. I especially enjoy writing lyrics that are motivational, you can say, you know, that help people to go on with their lives, you know, to motivate them to get better, to feel better, to move on. You know, that I like this positive message. I'm not really into, you know, complaining, and I'm not saying criticizing, that's different. I'm all in favor of criticizing bad things that are going on, but, you know, there are those who, how do you say it, self-pity, you know, they cry to the world how bad their situation is, and they feel like it should be in the lyrics. Not. So this was the point when my camera stopped working because the memory was full. I just wanted to say, to add in this one question that, you know, feeling sorry for myself and putting it into the lyrics is not my thing. So that was the whole answer for the lyrics question. And I will not go through the rest in this video. I will do another one because this one is already long enough. So thank you for watching and see you next time. Bye bye.